Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault, and once again I'm coming to you with an unboxing and product review. And today's product we're going to unbox is one that I'm really excited about. Today we're going to take a look at another Core Essentials belt. Now, I have a number of Core Essentials belts and I've done a few videos on them, and let me tell you, these EDC belts have been absolutely fantastic. I've gotten a lot of traction on my channel with these things, and this is honestly a product that I would recommend to anybody. But today we have a different type of belt. We're going to unbox the Core Essentials Battle Belt. Now, this is a belt designed for heavy duty use and to put on a bunch of stuff, especially if you're like running and gunning and maybe you're a competition shooter. So this is going to be a little bit out of my wheelhouse, but I brought out some stuff that I recently purchased for this review. I've already talked about on my second channel, I got a Safariland holster for my Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS. I have a mag pouch for that same Glock. I have an AR-15 magazine pouch as well, and I did get a sheath for my Spyderco military knife. So I got a lot of stuff. I want to see if it's going to fit on this belt. I've been watching some other videos about this. It really seems to be a very unique design. So I'm kind of nervous about this one because it's one of those things where you have to measure twice and cut once, and hopefully I don't make a mistake, because if I go too short, well, you can't add the length back. But we're gonna see how this thing works. We're gonna unbox it. I'm gonna follow the instructions and see how I like it. So let me get this camera adjusted. Let's open this thing up and let's get started. So here's the box that it comes in, plain old paper box. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. It is my understanding that there's actually two belts in here. There's an inner Velcro belt and then the outer battle belt. So it looks like we get our instructions here. We have what looks like is the buckle. So there's the buckle. And this is going to be a pretty wide belt. I think it's 1.75 inches. Looks like we have some other hardware. We have a measuring tape. I know that's going to be important later from just watching the other videos. So here's some of that other hardware and the measuring tape, some extra screws for that buckle. We'll put all that aside. And I think we also have this end for the Velcro belt. I'll just tear this thing open. And so there's that. Set that aside. We have the two belts, and we have an extra hanger here. These are really nice. Put that aside as well. And here are the two belts. So we have the outer belt. Now I believe this can go all the way up to 48 inches. So if you're a big guy or gal, this can definitely work for you, but you will have to cut it to your size. And here is the inner belt. And I believe this is made of Velcro, or has a Velcro liner on it. All right, so let's see. Okay, so this is actually what goes through the belt loops on your pants, and then the battle belt Velcros to the outside of this. Okay, so far, just looking at everything, it looks like it's high quality, it's well built. Let's go ahead and start to read the instructions, and let's see if we can get this thing fit to me. So according to the instructions, we have to fit the outer belt first, and this tape measuring tool is designed for this. So we have things that line up on the belt, like here it says the track, and there's the track line within the belt itself. And we are supposed to cut it on your pant size mark. So it's important to realize that you can't use another tape measure for this, because wherever it says here is not actually that size from the other end of the tape measure. So I will tell you that my tactical dad bod is a 38-inch waist. Yeah, I could probably lose a few pounds, I fully admit it. So I'm going to cut it at 38. I might actually cut it at 39, because if it's a little bit longer, I can always cut a little bit more off. But if 38 is too small, well, I can't add. So I think I'm going to err on the side of being just a little bit longer. And when I test fit everything, if I need to cut it, I will. So what we do here is we line the battle belt measuring tape tool right here with the track. It looks like everything is lined up like it's supposed to. And so then we're going to find where 38, I guess 39 inches is what we're going to do today to start off with. And it looks like right there. So I've seen some people say you can either use a box cutter or you can use some trauma shears. So that's what we're going to use here. So there's 39 inches. So let's go ahead and begin to cut this. And let's see how hard this is to cut. All right, so we got that started. So let's see if this belt cuts with these shears. Actually, yeah, it does. This is really, really good. All right, and there we go. We have a little bit of fraying, but that's to be expected. I heard what some people do is you take a little lighter here and you can burn off those little tips to actually make it look nice. So there we go, and that looks a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and work on actually making this a little bit cleaner when it comes to the cut, and then we will move to the buckle. And this belt buckle is going to go on this Core Essentials belt like all of their other designs, in that you have a little lever here with some teeth. You have to back out these screws. So once you've done that and the lever is in the open position, you should be able to put this belt inside of the buckle, and you want it to go all the way in, as far as it will go. And then you're going to close this lever, and these teeth are going to bind into the belt, and it's going to hold it in place just like that. And when that is set, you can tighten down these screws. Now, some people say don't tighten them down super tight until you're 100% sure that the belt is the right length, and so I'll just kind of hand tighten them for now, and then after we're done, I'll definitely screw them in to make sure that they are 100% secure. So that is the outer belt. So now let's move to the inner belt. So here on the inner belt, according to the instructions, you cut it 1 inch shorter than the outer belt. So if I cut that outer belt to 39 inches, I'm going to cut this one to 38. Once again, I'm going to go a little bit longer than what I think I probably need, just in case. I can always shorten it up later. So let's get out this tape measure here. Might be easier to do it this way. All right, so we're going to put this with the end of the belt right there, and then we will figure out where 38 inches is. All right, so there is 38 inches, and I can say that the inner belt's a little bit harder to measure than the outer belt, because the inner belt just seems to be a little bit more curvy, so it just wants to retract a little bit more. All right, so there's 38 inches. We will go ahead and make our initial cut right there. And so then let's go ahead and cut through this belt. And I have to tell you, these trauma shears really work great. So whoever recommended those, thank you so much. All right, so there is that. And like before, we'll go ahead and take a lighter and we'll singe down the end just to make it look nice and even. That looks like a nice even cut. Now, they do have an end for this belt that you can crimp down, but before I install this, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this is fit to me. And what is important is that when you have this Velcro belt on, this mesh portion right here with these hexagons is right where the belt buckle will be, but also the belt will be tight. So let me go ahead and adjust the camera and let's see how this thing fits. All right, so here's the money shot you guys have all been waiting for. There we go, the Texas Gun Vault Tactical Dad Bod. It looks like this is fit pretty good. It might be just about a ½ an inch too long. And it says you can trim that up, but this mesh area is right where that belt buckle would be, and I can pull it nice and snug. So I'm pretty happy with the fit of this inner belt. So the next thing I'm supposed to do is put on the outer belt and make sure everything fits. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, so one of the things to note is that when you do put this on, it's going to be kind of in the opposite direction that you normally would put a belt. So this side of the belt is going to go through the buckle this way and not the other way, which is the more traditional way. So let's go ahead and see if I can line this up. So this should go on the Velcro on the outside, and hopefully I can get it where the buckle is in the front. So just like that. All right, so everything seems to be lining up. I don't have any issues, and yes, I have this mic cord in the way. I'm so sorry. All right, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and tighten that down, and man, you can get that thing tight. Yeah, that's gonna be really good. All right, so that thing is on there tight. Everything seems to be on correctly. And this thing is super secure. Wow, I'm very impressed. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like this, having an inner belt and an outer belt, but it definitely works. I am very impressed with that. Wow. Okay, well, I definitely think that this thing is fit like it is supposed to. The buckle is in the center. All the Velcro is working. It is definitely on there secure. Wow, very nice. Okay, so I'm gonna put on that little latch on the end of the inner belt, and I'm gonna put on the other accessories, like the belt loop, and then I'll go ahead and put on all of the other items I have to put on this belt and see how they hold up. All right, so here's everything on the belt. We got the holster, we got those mag pouches, the AR-15, the Glock, we got the sheath for the knife. Let me tell you, I am really, really impressed with this belt. It is extremely rigid. You have a lot of adjustments. This thing is so awesome. I can't believe it. It is very, very sturdy. I am really overwhelmed with how nice this particular belt is. So I have access to everything I need. It doesn't sag at all. I am very, very impressed. But you know, I guess I shouldn't be surprised because all of the other core essential belts have been awesome. So if an average gun guy like myself can get this fit and find it useful, well, I know you can as well. So let me go ahead and adjust the camera. I'll give you guys my final thoughts. So what are my final thoughts on this battle belt from Core Essentials? Well, let me tell you, this thing has really impressed me. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. I definitely wanted to create a rig for myself, something with a nice holster, all these mag pouches, and this has really fit the bill. The design of it is so interesting, where you have the inner belt, which is a standard width belt, that this is what's gonna go through the belt loops. It's all Velcro, and then the battle belt Velcros onto the outside. And even holding it here, with all this gear on here, look how rigid that is. That's a lot of weight, and I believe these are rated up to about 20 pounds of gear. So you can definitely load this thing down a lot more than what I have. So let me tell you, Core Essentials is still my favorite belt company. Every product I have unboxed and reviewed has impressed me immensely. They have not let me down. So if you're interested in a belt like this, I'm gonna put a link in the description below. I wanna thank Core Essentials for letting me review this belt. And I gotta say, it was pretty intuitive to measure and cut for myself. So I was really kind of nervous about it. I really was hoping I wasn't gonna make a mistake, and luckily, I didn't. So if I can do it, you can do it too. So thank you so much, Core Essentials. I love this battle belt, and it's definitely gonna go into my shooting rotation. So yeah, I'll probably be taking this to the range a whole bunch. I do think they offer it in a number of different colors. I just happen to get this one in black. So what do you guys think? Is the Core Essentials battle belt something that you might be interested in? It's a little bit pricey, but let me tell you, the quality is off the charts. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.